Could I have really taken a different path? Found a different calling? Altered the very course of history? And what price would I have to pay?
Okay, and so this is the life and suffering of Sir Brant. And it is available, it will be available on PC. We are playing the free to play version. So chapters 1 and 2 is available now for free to play. But you can wishlist the full game, and this is going to be coming out in Q1 of 2021. So we are going to go ahead and take a quick look at this. I'm going to start a new game so you guys can kind of see what the game is about. So we're going to start a new game. We have to name our character here. I will call him Jason. We're not gonna do chapter restarts. I'm gonna leave everything the way it's selected. But you will not be able to go back to the previous chapters and change your decisions. This is the recommended game mode. You will live the character's life from start to finish and endure all mistakes and misfortunes. I was gonna call him Dendrick, but you know, I see what you did there. And then the consequences are going to be open. You will see the consequences of your possible choices and events. Welcome, Long Play Games, to the stream. Hope you are having a fantastic evening as well. This is recommended. This is the recommended game mode, as you will be able to direct the character's fate in the way you want. You can change the setting at any time in the menu. So we're going to leave it the way that the game comes. We're going to do it that way. Before you lies the story of a single man. You will take on the role of Sir Brant. Bryant? I want to say Bryant. It's just spelled differently. And determine his goal and fate in life from his birth to his true death. Our hero is unfortunate enough to be born in a cruel and ruthless world. One is different from ours in many ways that may not be immediately apparent. This means that you must be ready to learn the ways of this world one step at a time. Your every decision will affect our hero's personality and Yep, we're doing permadeath basically. We're making it to where we don't go back to change anything. So whatever is selected, that's what's going to be set in stone for our Sir Jason Bryant. Your every decision will affect our hero's personality and family, his friends and foes, and even the outcomes of important events. The decisions you make will ultimately influence the state of affairs throughout the nation. When given a choice, choose whatever feels right for the world and for yourself. How will you live this life entrusted into your care? Will Sir Brant turn the tide of history, or will he be ground into dust by the millstone of fate? This is for you to decide. And I love these types of games, so... Your fingers are stained with ink. Your breathing grows ragged. Your hands are shaking. Yet the world... And welcome, Jason. Yeah, super happy New Year's to you as well. I know a little bit earlier I was experiencing drop frames, but I'm just going to put that disclaimer out now. There may be some drop frames because, again, when they're going into the new year, but they're going into the new year, you know, the servers are going to get crazy. I know that. I'm prepared for that. So, your breathing grows ragged. Your hands are shaking. Yet the words begin appearing on the page before you one by one, clinging together to form a chronicle of your own life. Who are you, and how did you reach this end? You were born, raised, and lived your entire life in the blessed Arcanian Empire. In this land, a man's destiny is predetermined at the moment of his birth. Whether human or Arcanian, nobleman, priest, or low-born commoner, all bend to the divine will of the twin gods. And each life is not but a single cog in the universe's immeasurable machine. The memories come flooding back. They engulf you as a merciless wave, binding together days that are thrice dead and gone. The dreams of your childhood, your adolescence, your youth spent in the capital. Years of peace teeming with life and a war drenched in blood. High ranks and lowly deeds. Opulent places or palaces, secretive city back streets, fields of battle, and faces. So many faces of the people you held dear. The people who walked this road by your side. And welcome, Paradigm, to the stream. Hope you are well this evening. Such was your life, now exposed by ink erupting onto the page. With your every step, you sought to change the world as you saw fit. The choice of your upbringing, the path you carved in your youth, the fruits of your struggle, the consequences of your sacrifice, all of it led you to here, to the end of your time. And every choice had a price. Happy almost New Year to you as well, or Happy New Year, depending on what time zone you're in. So happy if it hasn't hit you yet, happy almost New Year. If it has, then Happy New Year. Ah, okay. And every choice had a price. So are you an indie dev, or are you also an indie streamer as well? Now, years and years later, the crossroads of your life echo in your memory. Okay, cool. So you're an hour, because I'm doing EST, so you're like an hour behind me, I think. Yeah, because you're central, so you're like an hour behind me. Now, years and years later, the crossroads of your life echo in your memory. The pain and joy inaccessible intermingle. Okay, cool. Could you have taken a different path, choose a different calling, found a different place in the world? You had the power to alter the very course of history. So, what type of indie games are you interested in, Paradigm? If you, oh, congrats on hitting affiliate too. If you are, if you're looking to connect with other indie devs and streamers and stuff, it will pop up during my stream. I'm not sure if you heard of Indie World Order, but that is a fantastic group. It has a lot of indie devs as well as streamers and people that support supports the indie game community. So it usually pops up in my stream about their information, but if you go to indieworldorder.com, it gives you all the information for Indie World Order. And it's a fantastic community if you want to reach out to other streamers as well as indie devs as well. I want to say they sound familiar, but can't remember them off the top of my head because I've played so many games. But they sound familiar. Now on the verge of death, you struggle with doubt, seeking answers to the last and most crucial questions of all. Your life of all the paths in life, why did you walk this one? Did you choose your own fate, or was your life shaped by forces beyond your control? What determines a man's destiny? Yeah, it's not easy finding a lot of indie streamers. And that's one of the things I do like about the Indie World Order, because when you go there, or when you join that community, you find, like I said, you find all types of indie devs, streamers, YouTubers, all types of people who support the indie game community. So I'll put the link in chat if you want to give it, if you want to check out the website and get more information. But there are quite a few of us that do stream indie games, but I'll drop the link in the chat here. And I do say you should check that out. Yeah. And to be honestly truthful, a lot of the A lot of people pass up indie games, and it's such a shame too, because there's been a lot of great indie games out. So what determines a man's destiny? The man himself, the world around him, a higher power, or there is no destiny? Personally, I think the man himself chooses their destiny. So I'm gonna say the man himself. Not a problem at all. You can hear Death's footsteps drawing near. You square your shoulders and take a deep, full breath. Bungie. Yeah. You have found your final answer. What is destined other than a long chain of your own actions and decisions? No matter what happened in your life, you always had a choice. You lived the life you deserve. Only you can answer for it. Yeah, there has been a lot of beautiful indie games. But are you right about this? Is it all true? To learn the truth, you will have to return to the very beginning, remembering every step you took along the way. On these pages, the story of a man named Sir Brante will live once more. So continue. And we're probably just going to try to do chapter 1 of this and then switch to our next game, because we have a lot of games that we're covering tonight. Okay, hello games. I'll have to check them out. Chapter 1, Childhood. Childhood, where life begins. Oh, okay. I didn't know that's who made No Man's Sky. Okay. Because I've never played No Man's Sky. But ironically, I've always wanted to play No Man's Sky, especially since it ended up getting the update. Because I think now No Man's Sky allows you to do multiplayer now too. So something I would be interested in looking into. First words, first unsteady steps. You are but a small child, learning about the world in which you were born. To you, everything is so new, so baffling, and so unforgiving. A long, trying life stretches before you, so many feats and thoughts, so many fateful choices to come. Yet you are already sowing the seeds of your future self. You are learning to live and survive in this world. Ah, okay. Looking for a place within it to call your own, choosing your future destiny. And I'm glad that they never gave up on it. Who will you grow up to be? Okay. Important life events that may happen to you in this chapter. The fencing lesson. Beyond. Insight. And so these are the... Okay, so this looks like the 4 things that can happen within this chapter. It doesn't seem like the chapters are long, but for the sake of time, we will do just the first chapter. Thank you. I appreciate that. But yeah, I might have to look into No Man's Sky. And there is our discussion question of the night. So in my channel, I like to ask a question. And feel free to answer it in the chat. But I don't necessarily do resolutions. But what are your goals for 2021? Just kind of curious. I mean, I think most of you might know where my goal is. Like I said, for me, my goal is for next year to be, 1, definitely get indie games out there. And then 2, I would like to be one of the top indie game streamers. And some people are like, well, why not the top? Because, I like to think realistically. I would like to be one of the tops. So, exactly. Because a lot of people are like, my resolutions is this, but 9 times out of 10, most people don't keep their resolutions. So I'm more so interested in what your goals are for next year. I would like to actually visit a museum. That's a good goal to have. To hit 1,000 followers. Your personal qualities at this age, they determine which choices you make. Ah, okay. So do I get to like move this? Okay, so no, I don't. It's not letting me choose anything. Maybe it's still walking me through. Okay. The section that's open in this chapter, Destiny screen, is now available. Ah, that's a good goal too, long play. Definitely, yeah. Just surviving. Surviving's always a good goal. That is always a great goal to have. And congrats on hitting 100 followers, Paradigm. So Destiny screen is now available. Personality screen is now available. House of Bryant screen is now available. And the family screen is now available. So we're going to begin the chapter. At first, there was nothing. No time, no sensation, nothing but darkness and void. But then a will breathed life into nothingness. Matter and spirit were set in motion. History began its march. Yeah, and that's the one thing that it takes too when it comes to streaming. You do have to be consistent. And even though you are consistent, just also remember that you are human and that sometimes you may need to take breaks. And it's okay to take a break. The way that I used to get so nervous. Give me one moment. Okay, so a soft open palm, a strong closed fist, a lingering distant shadow. You struggle to loosen the swallowing close, wrapped around you and extend a tiny hand into the world. So reach out to the palm, reach out to the fist, or smile at the shadow. So basically, we met the two gods, and then there's another third being there. But I am going to reach out to the palm here. Your little palm awkwardly clasps the soft finger. You explore your mother's hand by touch. She smiles gently as her arm wraps around you and lifts you up. She smells of home, the indescribable smell, that feeling of a safety that is second to none. Her embrace is the warmest place in the world, a place you want to stay for all eternity. And so we got a +1 in perception. Your life in the world begins. How will you live it? Hide and seek. As the days go by, you learn to tell your parents apart. You recognize father by his heavy breath and strong, cold hands. He visits you rarely. Robert Bryant. Hello there, little Jason Bryant. Mother's tender voice, however, follows you day and night. My, Lydia Bryant. My, you're growing so quickly, my child. There are two more children in the family named Stephen and Gloria. Gloria sings songs to you. She often dresses you in tight clothing and gently holds your hand as you learn to take your first steps. Stephen likes to sweep you up and pinch you and toss you in the air. Oh, look, this is your brother and sister. Stephen Bryant. Yeah, you're my little brother. We're gonna play together, but I'll always be in charge because you were born a commoner. Oh. Be quiet, you. This is Gloria. He doesn't understand yet. Come on, baby Jason. Let's go play in the yard. Hello, Drake Honeydew. Welcome to the stream. It is hot outside. You grip your brother's hand with one hand and your sister's with another as they help you walk down the giant stone stairs. Then you sit on the ground and start exploring the sparse blades of grass with your fingers. It tickles. In the sky far above and away from you is a gigantic pillar, a perfectly straight stick made of light. It is so bright it hurts to look at. Stephen Bryant, why are you staring at this shiny pillar? It's not going anywhere, you know. Hey, I want to play hide and seek. He's just a little baby. How's he gonna play? One moment. and Paradigm. Thank you for those biddies. I appreciate you for that. Yep, this was making sure too that my sister was okay. Then you hide him, and I'll try to find both of you. You have no idea what they are talking about, but you support them with happy cooing. This is strange, but that's fine. The way that I look at it, every little bit helps, and it's never, you never have to do things like that. If you want to, that's fine, but you never have to. So it's the little bit, ironically, it's the little bits that count. So, this is strange, but so exciting. Stephen and Gloria glance at each another. Then your brother walks to a big tree, closes his eyes, and starts shouting something. Gloria takes your hand and walks you through the yard. Your sister takes you behind some thick bushes by a tall wall. The light from that light stick on the horizon barely reaches here. You can't see home from this place. The ground is crawling with tiny black bugs. Gloria sits you down on the ground and puts a finger to her mouth for some reason, and then she's gone. Did they really just leave a baby unattended? Like only in the year, what is that, 11, 19, could they have gotten away with this? You can no longer hear Stephen's voice. Gloria is nowhere to be seen. You feel colder. The bugs are no fun to play with. You've been sitting here for a long time, completely alone. Nobody checks on you. Did they forget about you? Did they abandon you? Cry loudly. Find your way home. Sit there and wait. I'm not gonna lie, I would cry loudly. So I'm gonna cry loudly. No, I'm gonna cry. You take a deep breath and start bawling. This is the loudest you have ever cried. It is a cry of sheer terror. The cry of a boy waiting to be found. A boy whose brother and sister hurt his feelings when they left him all alone. You hear brisk steps, then the leaves and twigs rustling and parting. Mother leans over you. So that's where they took you. Your tears dry the moment you see her. You greet her with glee. There is no reason to be afraid anymore. Mother picks you up, puts you to her chest, and pats you on the head. Your brother and sister stand behind her, clearly feeling guilty. Gloria is in tears just like you. Stephen keeps staring at his feet. You hug Mother tightly. She is here now. So I'm looking, and it looks like this has quite a bit of parts to it. So we'll play this particular little chapter, and then we will probably switch over to our next game. So, The Great Descent. Another memory. You are still a little child, but you can already talk and run around on your own. Today is out of the ordinary. Father is busy around the house, giving orders to the servants. Throughout the day, the kitchen has been abuzz with work, and there are solemn, gloomy preparations and candles being lit. Even your older brother, Stephen, is quiet today. Mother takes your hand and brings you to your sister, Gloria. My son, today is the Great Descent. We honor the day when the twin gods descended to us. We must spend this day in reverence to the gods. You are too young to understand, so just do everything your sister says for now. Gloria takes you to the playroom. There are no toys there, no chairs. Even the carpet has been taken away. She looks really creepy in this picture, though. There is nothing here but a bare wooden floor. I will say one thing I do love is the art style in this. It's creepy looking, but it looks nice. Today, we are not allowed to go to any other rooms, and will be eating nothing but gruel and stale bread. On the day of the Great Descent, everyone must be where they belong. Wait, what? It is quiet, unusually so. Muffled voices from beyond the door are all you can hear. You are sitting on the cold floor, confused, with no idea what to do. Then you hear your sister's voice, a lonely sound in the empty room. It's a little song that Mother taught her. You hold your breath after you listen to it. So wait, is the brother Stephen? I wonder, like, okay, are they both commoners and like Stephen's a nobleman's child or something? Like, that's weird. When the twins came down to earth, they brought lots for every birth. Let us count them 1, 2, 3. The twins made them for you and me. Nobles rule and bravely fight. They protect us with their might. Priests work hard to understand, guide us by the twins' commands. Common people work and toil, always patient, never spoiled. Live your lot when you were born, to the day when you pass on. Know your lot and know the prayer, for the twins see everywhere. So wait, are they like, I'm starting to wonder, like, are they like commoners? And their brother Stephen might be like a nobleman? Because I'm like, notice it's just the two of them that's in this room by themselves with nothing around. You're transfixed by the tune. Gloria notices your gaze and smile creeps across her face. You like the rhyme, don't you, Jason? Do you know what it's all about? I think I know what it's about, but why don't you enlighten us, Gloria? Look, there are 3 lots. They were brought to us by the twins when they descended to us from the shining pillar. Remember that pillar of light on the horizon? That's it. You can see the shining pillar anytime from anywhere in the world. If you follow your lot as you live, you'll reach the peak of the pillar. And if you don't, you'll get eternal torment at the foot. Okay, so basically that pillar is like heaven and hell. Got it. Okay, so this has like a religious undertone, all right? Oh, I thought so. I was like, because I'm like, why are they the only ones in this room? You and I are lowborn. Mom is a commoner too. So the lot for you and me is to suffer and be patient and work hard. Understand? The priests and the nobles have other lots. The nobles fight and rule over everybody. The priests, well, I'm not really sure what they do, but I guess they talk to the twins and then teach everybody. Gloria stares at you intently. Did you get it, silly? Then she shakes her head and keeps singing the song over and over again. Her voice transfixes you, drawing you in. The room starts to glow like the sky. From this light emerge 2 figures you have known ever since the moment of your birth. One of them embraces your sister's shoulder. The other stands guard behind her back. You watch this happening before your very eyes, unable to turn away. Gloria swaying to the song. Unaware of what is happening, she sings the final verses once more. Know your lot and know the prayer. You feel compelled by this divine sight to express yourself somehow. You feel words condensing within you from the light, but what will these words be? I'm going to finish the song properly. I would finish the song properly. You know your lot and know your prayer, for the twins see everywhere. You sing the last line together with Gloria. Your sister looks up at you in surprise and gives you a nod. The shining pair standing behind her back turned to look at you. You can feel their gaze piercing you from top to bottom. When the moment passes, they melt into the dim light coming from the window. Gloria turns her head to look at what you were staring. Did you see something, Jason? You shake your head. Not anymore. Ooh, this game's getting pretty good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 more to get through the first chapter. Spring, the origin. Oh, year 1121. Haha. Spring, the origin. You're starting to understand more and more of what the adults say. Your family is an unusual one. Your father is a nobleman, but not by birth. His is a title earned through great service, but your mother is a low-born woman, a commoner. Because of this, you were born a commoner, but father says you may yet come onto nobility. You learn to read at an early age. Together with mother, you read and learn by the heart the many poems about the divine twins, the twin gods who reside upon the shining pillar. Mother calls these poems prayers. Again and again, you try to discern the shapes of the gods in the strip of holy light that shines in the sky all day and night, but the light is too blinding to gaze upon. The greatest joy of all is when the stairs are no longer an insurmountable obstacle. Insurmountable obstacle? Now you can climb and even jump from step to step. Father urges you to be more careful and avoid climbing too high. But even though you keep falling, you never stop being curious about the world around you. Your older brother Stephen now spends less and less time playing with Gloria and you. Playing with commoners is beneath a nobleman to be, he says. So Gloria calls him names, and Stephen pulls her pigtails. One fine evening, Father gathers you all in the sitting room with an announcement. You will have another little brother or sister soon. Gloria asks him to bring home a little sister. Another brother would be too much. Stephen gets frustrated. There are too many little siblings getting in his way already. Soon you will be an older brother too, and it doesn't really matter who the youngest will be, boy or girl, you will love them the most. When Father comes back from his trips, he reads his adult books aloud for you. Okay. I was like, wait, what? You find those stories of wars and generals and rebellions enchanting, and Father approves of your fascination. Study hard, and maybe one day you'll become a noble of the mantle and earn your sword. But first, you need to grow up. Growing up, the concept is as terrifying as it is alluring. Oh, I actually drank all my water, ironically. The lot of suffering. You keep staring at the carpet under your feet. You are both ashamed and proud, and it feels odd. A scratch on your hand stings a little. Stephen is standing next to you, sniffling from pain. Your brother was training in the yard with a wooden sword. You wanted to play with him, but he ended up getting angry and throwing the sword at you. The stick hit you in the shoulder. You pick it up and hit him with it. Uh-oh. You see Mother's shoe walking to and fro on the carpet. You do not want to look up. You rather not see her angry. She is not as gentle to you these days. Why did you hurt Stephen, Jason? You stammer out an explanation. He hit you first. You just hit him back. How dare he pester me like that? When I grow up, I'm gonna hit you with a real sword. Mother shushes you both and speaks to you again. Her voice is stern, and yet you can still feel her concern for you. Even if Stephen hits you, you cannot hit him back. You are my son, and I was born a commoner. Our lot is to suffer. But that's not fair. Sorry. But your brother was born from a noble father and a noble mother. His sacrament is coming soon, and then he'll rule over the likes of us. But no, that's not fair. If you hurt a noble, you must be punished. This is your lot. And the sooner you learn it, the better off our entire family will be. What? No. Now Stephen looks at you in triumph. You look up at Mother in fear, not sure what to do. Right, just rolls out the guillotine like, go ahead. Like, that is so mean. Accept your punishment. Deny your guilt or demand. You accept your guilt and tell Mother you are ready to be punished. But it's gonna take a -5 from his willpower. There's a part of me like, no, you gonna have to explain to me like why this is what it is. I really need to think on this answer, because I'm like, would I just accept the punishment, or would I be like, no, tell me why? Like, so because he was born of nobility, I have to suffer? Like, wait, that doesn't make sense. I'm like, wait, I mean, they're both your child, though. I'm really torn between I'm really torn between, like, I'm not gonna deny my guilt because yes, I hit him. I'm not gonna lie. You know, I'm not gonna say no, I didn't hit him because clearly we hit him. But do I accept my punishment or do I demand an explanation? That is a, like. Let me see. Like, I'm really thinking, like, cause part of me wants to say accept because it builds the relationship with Lydia and I guess the brother. But at the same time, I'm like, why should he have to be punished? Like, they whole religion is just like, what? I'll accept the punishment, but I kind of wanted an explanation for that one. You look down and agree with what she just said. You are ready to be punished. You start apologizing to Stephen, but he turns his back on you. Before you can finish, Mother takes your hand and leads you away. You do not want to follow her. Your hands are getting sweaty and your legs are growing heavy. Then suddenly she stops and bends down closer to you. Bends down closer to you. The other two shouldn't be there. Look you straight in the eye. Or she bends down to closer to you. No, that's not written right. Then suddenly she stops and bends down closely to look you straight into your eyes. That's what it should actually say. So there's a little bit of issues there because I'm like, bends down to closer to you. Or they could have just got rid of the other two. Like, then suddenly she stops and bends down closer to you, looking you straight into your eyes, is what it should say. Sorry. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. It's one of my things, though. My son, I see you understand our lot now. We do not defy, we suffer. That is our only path to the twins after all our deaths. Our only way to reach eternal bliss atop the peak of the pillar. Our virtue is meekness. We are humble in our words. We work hard. We think what is right. You have shown all of this. I'm so proud of you. No, that's bull. She hugs you and finally releases pent-up tears. You feel much more at ease now. Oh. You are flogged in front of your entire family. The pain burns on your skin again and again, but you feel the touch of the divine law with each blow. That's what I'm like, what? This is a little too much for me. Like, for real, this is too much. And that took our willpower down. Alright, so we're gonna stop the gameplay there. And the game will be saved automatically. So I will be able to continue this before time reasoning. We're gonna move on to our next game here. But yeah, so again, that is the life and suffering of Sir Brante. I'm like, that's just crazy though. And I did actually receive this from the developers to play on stream for free. So thank you to the developers for providing me with this game. And this is available on PC through Steam. And you can play the first 2 chapters of this. But the full game releases in Q1 of 2021. So, if you like what you did see in your